4th grade, the purpose of this video is to help you get caught up from class if you were unable to attend our live meeting during the first week of September. So we are currently in one of the 4th grade Google Classrooms, and you're going to see two different posts. Our original post that houses our virtual art classroom will stay there all throughout our instruction. Added to it now this week, we have our two different links that are going to take you to the Lincoln Trail Art website. In the art room is going to have a weekly update for things that are missed in class. So you're going to click on that link, and at the end of the school day on Friday, I will update that each week to let everybody know what they missed. The other one is making art at home. So you will not have any additional instruction on Mondays in art class. But if you are at home and get all your schoolwork done and are looking for ways to stay engaged in art making, there are lots of different ideas that you can do. You know, you can obviously work on your project for class, but you don't have to. We will have class time for that as well. But here at this website, I have a bunch of ideas for making hands-on projects like drawing, painting, printing, collage, sculpting, sewing, weaving. If you would like to tour a virtual art museum, I have some links there for that. I also have some art-related games that you could play if you want to stay making art at home. Our other post then has the information that we went over today in class. So the first thing we talked about is our schedule. Our schedule for every month is going to look the same. We are in week 1 this week, where we have an introduction to the monthly choice board. We're going to brainstorm some ideas and fill out your exit ticket. As each week then progresses, we will work on and complete our projects in our meetings. For September, you are going to have two different ways that you can make art. The first one is inspired by The Dot. The Dot is one of my favorite books, and if you were at Lincoln Trail for 3rd grade, we started the school year with a Dot Day inspired project last year as well. But this is a book that celebrates creativity, it celebrates courage and collaboration. And those are things that we always celebrate in art class. International Art Day is coming up on September 15th. If you'd like to listen and watch, or see the story, I've got a link here to a video. And I've also then got the Dot song, which is inspired by the book as well. It's really catchy. So if you like to sing and dance, you should go ahead and check that out. Now, some things to remember for your Dot Day inspired project is you can make circle or dot inspired artwork with any media. So if you have basic art supplies at home, like crayons or markers or colored pencils, you can use any of those things. If you have paint, you can make a painting. If you have Play-Doh, you could make a Play-Doh Dot Day inspired project. If you have other crafting supplies like ribbons, yarns, googly eyes, pom-poms, you can make a Dot Day project, from any supplies that you have. Try using a coffee filter or a paper plate. Those are all ready in the shape of a circle, and you can use them instead of paper. We're going to be talking about pointillism or stippling next week. That's an art technique that only uses dots. You could then do that in your project if you would like. Mandalas are a type of art that show radial balance. Radial balance is a design that starts in the center, and then the design comes out with a radiating balance. So mandalas are made by people all over the world, with lots of different materials, and they are made for many different reasons. This one is made out of colored sand and flowers. So that is a temporary piece of art, which is another way, of making art. We've also got some other examples here of famous art pieces inspired by circles and dots, and some painted rocks, because that's been a trend here in the last few years that people have enjoyed. If you would prefer, you could, instead of doing a Dot Day project, you could do one of the monthly drawing prompts. So if you prefer to draw, these are just kind of some silly ideas that would be a way that you can, draw. These could even become a painting for your project. So if you decide to do a drawing prompt, make sure your drawing fills your paper. You can then add some pencil shading if you want to keep it in black and white, or color with any of your traditional art supplies. Your prompts for this month are 3 inches tall, chickens everywhere, new restaurant, and toys come alive. So again, these might just be ideas that you have never thought of that you could include in your artwork. So for next week, we are brainstorming a list of things that are important, are things that maybe keep the creative juices flowing, so that then we are prepared for class to begin during week 2. So some things that I wrote down is that this is for art class for the month of September. I like to draw pictures and color when I take notes, but if you just have the words down, that's fine as well. I thought it was important to remember that for art class, I have to make one project the whole month, and I can do that during our live meetings. That project is then due at the end of the month, so for September, that is 9/30. Now I have lots of options for ways that I can be creative. I can make a project inspired by Dot Day. I can write down some notes, about what that could possibly mean to me. Again, any media. If you didn't want to make a Dot Day project, you can do one of the monthly drawing prompts. Those again are 3 inches, chickens, new restaurant, and toys alive. Okay, so 4th grade, next week when we meet during week 2, we're going to learn about pointillism. You'll want to have a piece of paper and something to write with handy. You'll also want to have your list of ideas or important things that you wrote down from week 1. Have a great week.